lot better than I did yesterday, considering that I was basically up uh, all night yesterday with a very sick dog who decided, I mean, look, dogs, as much as we love them, they do some really weird things and really shitty things that you just want to go with them. Okay, so anyway, let's talk. So today I want to talk about, I'm going to get one thing out of here before we go further into this. Today was a very big landmark decision. As you know, I am a confirmed, very devout Catholic. So if you want to blame anybody, blame me and my church for the overturning of Roe versus Wade, because we won't stop fighting for innocent life from womb to tomb. But this is for the foreign subscribers, because a lot of people don't understand and have a very look, if you're not American, you've never been here, you look at your own news, you're not going to get a truthful portrayal of what goes on here in this country. And, you know, I hear foreigners use the word assault rifle. No, AR does not mean assault rifle. It means Armalite rifle. Okay? You know, I could, have a fat woman show up here with a spoon, and I could say that's an assault spoon. Okay? It all is human decisions. All right. Want to talk about Roe versus Wade. All praise to Jesus Christ. It wasn't the fact that they made it illegal. What they did, the justices did, is said the federal government does not have the power to step in, and this is not our place. It is a states' rights issue. Now, you're going to have some leftists scream, oh, you're a Confederate, you're a white supremacist. No, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. Okay? No, it is a 10th Amendment issue. I'm going to read it to you. The power is not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states, respectively, or to the people. Okay. So, if you look at Judge Alito's, well, he wrote the decision, he wrote the decision basically saying that the United States government has no jurisdiction over abortion. It's a states' rights matter. So there will be states saying we don't allow it. There will be states saying, oh, kill babies after 5 months of being born. And I'm sure that's the next step with California. Thank God for the San Andreas fault. I'm not kidding. So it's not illegal in federal law. It is just being given back to the states where it should have been to begin with. Okay, so it's really not. I mean, it is a big deal. I mean, Roe versus Wade has been a huge burden on the morality and the soul of the country for decades. And the people who support it, the Gloria Steinems in the world, etc., the Whoopi Goldbergs and the rest of that trash who hate being women, by the way. These people look on it as basically a sacred, it's like a sacrament to them. Okay. And it's sickening. Okay. It's a moral issue. The government of the United States has no right to be involved. Okay. Look, I don't support gay marriage morally. Okay. But again, when the federal government said they can be quote unquote married, that was a constitutional issue. Okay. They were stepping away from the moral judgment of the Defense of Marriage Act. Now, in retrospect, I used to support that. I was very upset when it got overturned. However, as somebody who is a strict constitutionalist, I understand that. Okay? I understand why. And there are a lot of conservatives who are just as bad, you guys, right, about abortion and this kind of thing, because they want to command you, they want to command people's morals. That is where the First Amendment comes in, where the churches and the synagogues and the mosques come in. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about rumors. So, Microsoft News posted an interview with Kathy Kennedy talking about will there be a Kenobi 2? Now, personally, I think they basically said all they can about Kenobi. I mean, I don't think they need it. But her answer, in my opinion, was very ambiguous. So, I'm going to say, considering the flack and the outrage they got, that I would say no. The rumors of a Reva show coming, I say no. And I the reasons are, I don't think that there's a want or the fans don't want it. And it doesn't have anything to do with all the bullshit Lucasfilm started over Moses Ingram. It has everything to do with the fact that the character served her purpose. Okay? And if she does come back, she should be a background character in whatever shows like Andor, or maybe a show about Han, Leia, and Luke between Star Wars, A New Hope, and The Empire Strikes Back. Okay. She really kind of did her arc. And they actually, I think in the last episode of Kenobi, really kind of cut it off. There she is. We don't really even know if she lived. I mean, we really don't. Which is, basically, Obi-Wan just kind of helps her stand up, but she's still badly wounded. Okay. Anyway, let's go on. So we've got that, and we talked a little bit about that. There is a feeling that there could be a Vader series, which I think running parallel with Andor would be interesting. All right. But as far as another Obi-Wan, 6 episodes of Obi-Wan, and it's not the fan reaction, because it's really interesting. I go on Facebook and I see a lot of people who liked it. It's just really the YouTube community and the fact that there are channels out there, and I'm going to agree with the Jedi, my friend Jay, that they're being intellectually dishonest. They know it was good. Look, and you can tell in the last episode that George was part of this. Okay? Basically, when Anakin says to Obi-Wan, "You didn't fail. I destroyed him. I did it." Okay? That's George Lucas. That's George Lucas basically having Anakin Skywalker, because look, like I said about this yesterday, there's some form of him still there, which is why he's so attached to Kenobi. All right? He is. He's raging at Obi-Wan as he walks away from him. Okay? He's still attached to Padme. And it is very interesting to me watching how this goes. And watching that, how people miss the fact that George was probably the person behind what was being said there. Okay? Very interesting to me. Very sad in a way. Okay? That people can't see that. But again, it's super chats. You gotta grow your channel. And, Disney right now is easy to pick on because of LaToya Ravenel and Latondra Newton and all this garbage, these garbage humans, okay, that have infested it. Now, John Nolte at Breitbart.com, he does Big Hollywood. He's not. He's basically a failed Hollywood director. Okay, he did a movie years ago with Ed Asner and some other people, and it got pretty good reviews, but he really didn't do anything else there. And look, conservatives that have left Hollywood, except for very few, can be very bitter. Okay, and this guy's very bitter, and I've never really liked him. He's very conceited. Basically, he was attacking Disney and their stock price is going down and blaming it on the woke stuff. And that's easy. I mean, that's low-hanging fruit. It's bullshit. Okay? Disney, the parks are going gangbusters. From what I've heard, people have said they're packed to capacity. All right, so they're making money. The reason why the stock prices are down is because the overall market's down. Now, Disney has outperformed the market, but still, I don't look at it, in my opinion, as being something to really look at. And I don't think that they're reading it right. Okay. None of these people have talked about the Peter Rice firing and what it means. And I'm going to tell you something. There are a lot of people out there, YouTube land, Breitbart.com, who don't even know who he is and missed it. Okay. They don't understand what it means. All right. And I'm sure if you brought up the fact that he was the one that was posting memos that were anti-Chapek and really trying to raise an insurrection against him, they wouldn't care. They would, because they don't understand how big this is. Okay? They're not being intellectually honest about it. Here's what's going on. Look at all this woke shit. And of course, Nolte on his cover posted all this crap and then a picture of Chapek in the middle like it's his fault. You could sit there and explain to him, and he is a former Hollywood guy, so he knows you're telling him the truth, that, look, Iger in 2017 hired all these people. Then Peter Rice came in 2018, and this is why all this shit's going on. Chapek, if Nolte and the rest of these people, and I'm calling out the usual suspects at Geeks and Gamers and etc., paid attention to Chapek's memo saying, we are moderating our voice and we are not going to fight the fans anymore, they would understand how big this firing is, because they would understand that Rice had been trying to usurp him and take the role of CEO. This is why he got fired. The board had enough. They're looking at what's going on, the failure that was going to be Lightyear, and they're looking how the fans reacted to those videos that got leaked, and they're like, look, if you have gay friends, they don't want this. They don't want this. They don't. Okay? My friends are against it because look, here's the deal. You know, if you're someone who actually believes in privacy and you've got this shit going on and people kind of in your group are trying to make this lifestyle something more than it is, you're not going to be happy, okay? You're not going to be thrilled with what's going on, all right? And the people that started this shit, and it's, look, the Reimagine, the stuff started at Pixar, okay? It started there. And from what I've heard from Valiant Renegade and WW Pro, that stupid kiss wasn't even the worst part of Lightyear. It wasn't. It wasn't even close to the worst part. The whole movie is woke, anti-white male trash. And no one wants to take their kids to it. And who takes their kids to movies? White people. All right. And there are plenty of our Latino and black brothers and sisters who are offended by it too. All right. Any kind of masculinity to these people at Pixar, Reimagine Tomorrow, whatever, is a sin, a grave mortal sin to these fuckers. Okay. Now, how is this going to play out? They're going to go away. They will find out that their ideas on how people should live are not appreciated by Bob Chapek or the rest or the board of directors. Okay? Look, they're all trying to keep their heads down now. The moment Rice got Chapek's foot put up his ass, that was a signal. It could be any one of them, anytime, any place, anywhere. Okay? And the board of directors, led by Susan Arnold, who is technically one of them, doesn't give a shit about how they feel. This is about money. Okay? And if having morally upright movies and TV shows with stuff that a little kid won't be asking you questions about, because that's what happened with Lightyear. That's it. I'm going to tell you right now. You took your kids to that, they're going to be asking you weird questions, which is exactly what the groomers wanted. Okay? Now, where did this all come from? Bob Iger. This is all Bob Iger's Disney legacy. It has nothing to do with Bob Chapek. He's the one that with a broom and a dustpan and, Raid has to clean up the mess and get rid of the cockroaches. Okay? That's what this is. All right? So the idea, and I tell you something. Rumor has it that Bob Chapek is a Trump supporter, which is why they hate him. Okay? Not just a Republican, Trump supporter. That is my LG dishwasher. And saying it's done, so I got a bunch of stuff cleaned up. So there you go. Really no big stuff coming out about Disney, but you gotta look at it this way. It is going to really shock us the next couple of weeks. Now, interviewing Kennedy on MSN, big deal. And she's very ambiguous in her statements about Kenobi getting another season, and basically saying, well, if the fans want it, we'll think about it. They're not going to do it. And it's not because of the reactions of a bunch of mouth breathing droolers on YouTube. Why? The story's now told. We've got Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan going somewhere out in the desert to basically meditate together so Obi-Wan learns to transform into an eternal spirit within the Force. Okay, we don't need to see a show about that. Okay, and he doesn't need to leave Tatooine. Now they left the door open. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a Reva show or anything like that. And I am going to do an upload. Mazarus sent me an interesting kind of picture thing. And I'm probably going to do an upload on that. You have to understand, I think Kenobi verified A New Hope. And he and I talked about why Obi-Wan trusted Haja. And I liked him. I thought that character was funny. He's not Han Solo. He's kind of, he's one of those guys that would probably piss Solo off. Okay, to be honest. He's not, he's kind of a worm, but he's got a good heart. Obi-Wan sees that. Okay. And that is the thing. Okay. So I might do an upload kind of seeing how it verifies some of the stuff we saw in A New Hope. Okay. And I'm going to say this. I think Obi-Wan had met Chewbacca before, like when he was a young Jedi. Remember, Chewbacca's 200 years old. So I think he saw Chewie. They greeted each other. Chewie says, "Look, I'll talk to my, Han, and we're looking to take a charter somewhere. We need the money." And Obi-Wan trusted Chewie, and when he saw Han, he knew underneath that diamond in the gruff, cynical exterior was a good man. Okay, which kind of undermines Solo, does it not? If you think about it. Anyway, I gotta go. I want to get some lunch. I'm gonna go to go grab a sandwich or something. I haven't had breakfast, so probably egg whites. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Midnight's Edge is gonna be on. I will be in the chat. Talk to y'all later. See you around the galaxy.